Okay, didn't know if I was going to make a video on this. This is an Amiga 1000. I had one of these in the 80s that I bought used. Here's the front panel. I've been cleaning today. Looks like about 75% of the yellowing on this is nicotine. You can see a little bit in there that's still left. This was absolutely nasty. There's the cover. This is where screws come up through the bottom of the case and hold the top down, along with small clips in this shell. Well, only I think one, maybe two of the clips here are left. I think I broke this one. It's just a little tiny, barely, just a little teeny piece of plastic that goes across the top. There you go. There we go. That one's still there, bulged up at the top. And I think there might be one on the other side. But the main thing that holds it down are the screws that come up through the bottom of the cabinet, through here and into the top. They're all gone. When I got this, it was, well, basically untested. The guy said that he plugged it in and the power light came on. And that was it. He didn't know anything about Amigas. If you look in the back, there isn't an actual VGA output. There is a composite output, but on this Amiga 1000, it's a white plug, not yellow, so you wouldn't even have a clue unless you looked it up online. These are the stereo, left and right stereo jacks. And then there's a 23-pin connector here that carries RGB video. And unfortunately, that cable did not come with this Amiga 1000. It did come with the keyboard and mouse. And the power light turns on. That's all I knew. So I took a chance and bought it because it came not just with a keyboard and mouse, it came with an external floppy drive. And it came with a Commodore 64 in an Australian case, as well as a 1541 floppy drive. It's the one that the rewrite head fails on, so I don't really think it's gonna be working. It comes with a power brick that looks like online. It looks like it's from a VIC-20 and it's bulging, so I'm hoping it didn't like explode and blow up a bunch of chips on the Commodore 64, but so yeah, Commodore 64 with power supply that's no good, plus a floppy drive, plus a video out cable, and the Amiga came with a keyboard, mouse, and spare floppy drive, external floppy drive. Now, here you can see how filthy this thing is. Look at that. That is just gross. But one thing that I was happy to find, first off, this is the Amiga 1000 256K memory expansion that plugs right here in the front and is covered by this shield that goes in the front plate that I showed earlier. So I was happy to see that. A 256K Amiga 1000 isn't going to be very much use, so I was happy to see that it had 512K. And after I pulled that off, I then took the cover off, and I had my fingers crossed that this might not be a stock Amiga 1000, and it turns out it's not. So this has got an Insider 2 board from DKB, dated 1989. And you can see a bunch of RAM chips. Here's the 68010 processor, or 68,000. So this is the stock CPU that comes in the Amiga 1000, just a 68,000. This is a lithium battery real-time clock. I read someone online that in 2022, he said he turned his Amiga on that probably hadn't been turned on since 1987, and the time was within 15 minutes of the current time, and the date was correct. So I don't really think that this is gonna, real-time clock is gonna work. And then I saw somebody else saying they were gonna do the mod to hook a coin cell up. So I'll have to figure out how that works. So I can maybe do that and get the real-time clock. But this is 1.5 megs of fast RAM. And that blew me away, because that makes this a 2 meg Amiga 1000, and that's pretty darn good. So something I had seen, even though I had one of these in the 80s, I sold it and bought a 486 DX2 when I saw my roommate playing Wing Commander, because Wing Commander wasn't out for the Amiga, and ended up just boxing up the Amiga and selling it to somebody else. So I don't remember ever doing any mods to my 1000. So I had seen recently online, there's somebody in my state who's selling a Spirit memory upgrade board, and it looks huge. It looks even bigger than this, and it does pretty much the same thing, but I think it only, does it go to 1.5 megs? I'm not sure if it goes to 1.5 megs or not, but I was like, please let there be one of those in here. And here it is. It's not the Spirit one, but that's 1.5 meg. So this is a 2 meg Amiga 1000, which is awesome.